So you've suffered through a painful breakup, but you're determined to get that special someone back into your life. Well, if you've seen my other videos here on YouTube or registered for my best-selling X Factor program, then you'll already know that one of the first and the most crucial steps to getting your ex back is to employ the no contact method. But just because you've heard about this tactic and you've watched a few videos about it already, doesn't really mean that you're actually prepared to use it properly. Many people, some of my clients included, fail to fully understand what no contact means or how to ensure that it works as well as it's supposed to. And this video right here is where I'm going to clear up any confusion about the 30-day no contact rule and make sure that you know how to use it properly to get the maximum benefit and to get your ex back. I'm Brad Browning. I'm a relationship coach and a breakup expert with over 12 years experience helping so many wonderful people like yourself get their ex back. And if you're watching one of my videos for the first time here, then hello and thanks for tuning in. And if you haven't already, click that subscribe button to subscribe to my channel and click that little bell icon as well to make sure you get notified when I release my next relationship advice video. Now, this is all about no contact. Let's talk about it. Now, regardless of who you are or the particulars of your breakup, initiating at least 30 days of no contact is pretty much always going to be the first step in wiping away any lingering negative feelings your ex may be harboring in the back of their mind. And if you follow these simple but effective tips that I'm going to share with you shortly, then your ex will be back in your arms in no time. Now, at this point, you might be wondering, why 30 days, Brad? And no, that's not actually a random number. Really, I've done extensive research into this, and a number of studies have concluded that 30 days is really the ideal amount of time for your ex to start missing you again. Now, I have gone into this in great detail, both in my previous videos and on my website in the full free tutorial video that I've posted on there, which you can watch after this video at breakupbrad.com. So if I've already explained the no contact rule and why it's important in past videos, why am I making this video? Well, it's really to help you make the absolute most of the no contact phase so that when you do get back in contact with your ex, you can impress them with how you've grown as a person while illustrating that you're capable of actually enacting positive change in your life. You see, far too many people think that no contact is just as simple as simply ignoring your ex. I mean, yes, that is essentially what it involves, but you need to actually use those 30 days to make positive changes and prepare for the future when you are communicating regularly with your ex again. So this should be, a very busy 30 days for you, not a month spent waiting around, staring at your phone, waiting for your ex to call. So not only will the 7 tips that I'm about to share with you keep your mind off the breakup and pass the time more quickly, they're also going to give you a better chance of getting your ex back. Number 1, make a plan for the next 30 days. Sometimes it can feel, slightly strange sitting down and writing out plans or goals for our own improvement, but many studies have actually shown that putting your goals down on paper makes them a lot more achievable. In fact, one of my favorite studies that I learned about was from some researchers at the University of California, where they demonstrated that you're 42% more likely to achieve your goals if you just write them down. So, of course, that is why your first step on this 30-day journey is to just spend some time, thinking about why your ex chose to end things, and making a few notes, on ways that you can address those issues in the relationship so that when you do get back together, the same problems don't continue cropping up once again. Really, just write down 3 or 4 things that you believe led to your ex to fall out of love with you or caused your relationship to fall apart. And then, on 1 or 2 ideas for each on how you can address or improve those things that seem to be causing so many problems in the past. So in summary, the really important thing here is just to think carefully about what your ex's key frustrations were and that led to your breakup and how they can be improved upon or nullified in the future. Now, of course, I do know that in some cases, you aren't genuinely aware of what exactly it was that led to the loss of attraction and the end of the relationship, which is why you should sign up for my comprehensive guide to getting your ex back. It's called the X Factor, and in section 3 of the comprehensive ebook module, I walk you through all of the most common, universally unattractive characteristics that kill attraction and lead to breakups. Now, these are traits and habits that you probably haven't even recognized were key reasons for your ex's ultimate decision to break up. And don't forget that my 60-day money-back guarantee means that you have absolutely nothing to lose and everything to gain. So just go to breakupbrad.com/buy when you're ready to get started. Number 2, spend time with friends, old and new. After breakup, your close friends are really your best friend. And it's important to stay busy and social as possible during the no contact period. And one great way to do that is just to hang out with your friends more often. That is something that I've recommended in many of my past videos. But another great way would also just be to make new friends. Now, I recognize that is easier said than done. But if you start, saying yes to every social event you're invited to, and you pick up a new hobby or you join a club, you'll surround yourself with new people, and all the socializing is going to give you some confidence, and it's going to take your mind off your ex. It's also kind of tapping into human psychology because we're just hardwired as humans to be drawn to other highly social people. And we subconsciously assume that someone with lots of friends must be a desirable, successful individual. And that's been proven, countless times in many research studies. So you can definitely believe this does work. And lastly, another benefit, of course, is that you can tell your ex about these new friends when you see them again and you start talking. It's really not weird or out of place to mention a new friend that you've made in the past month when you do start chatting with your ex, which makes it something really easily shareable with your ex when you do see them again. All right, and moving on to number 3, get some exercise. Now, I know what you're going to say. I'm feeling depressed, Brad, and hitting the gym is absolutely not what I feel like doing right now. And how is this even going to help me get my ex back? Well, sure, okay, I get that it's going to be a struggle to wake up every day or two and work up a sweat, and put in the effort to do that. And on the surface, it probably doesn't sound like it'll actually change anything in just 30 days for your chances of getting back together. But honestly, you'd be amazed at how adding just a little exercise into your daily routine can radically improve your state of mind and your general attitude and your overall demeanor. Psychiatrists at the University of Texas have found that 3 or more sessions of resistance or aerobic training per week can help treat even the most serious chronic depression. And that's going to obviously be helpful for your recovery and your mental preparation without any doubt. And it also gives you, again, something to talk about with your ex as another added benefit. And remember, guys, this doesn't have to be an intense workout in the gym. Even just going for a walk and getting some fresh air, that kind of thing can drastically improve your state of mind. And if you do, continue to struggle to find the motivation, then just use the desire to get your ex back as inspiration to pull you up off that chair and out the door. Because, like I said, as mundane as it sounds, exercise will benefit your case or your cause in a number of ways, and it's also going to help you personally. All right, and number 4 is to seek out some advice from a reliable third party. Now, obviously, I'm going to recommend that this advice come from me and that I'm the third party, and I'm happy to provide that to you if you sign up for my one-on-one coaching service. But really, it could be also, with anyone else who actually knows what they're talking about and has experience dealing with breakups. Definitely, you don't want to take advice from your friends or family, ideally, as sometimes their well-intentioned advice can actually be counterproductive. But, getting outside input and an outside perspective to address something specific and unique to your breakup situation can be really helpful and could very well ensure that you avoid making a mistake that would have hurt your chances or even killed them entirely of getting your ex back. Number 5, date around. Or, at least spend plenty of time with lots of different new people. And ideally, really, that includes going on dates as well. Now, it may feel counterintuitive and counterproductive, but the truth is that spending time with other people is a lot more likely to pique your ex's interest than if they know you've just been moping around at home, unable to function without them in your life. And really, that is what they are expecting. It's human nature, to want what you can't have. And it's also a matter of power dynamics. If your ex knows that they have total control and they can have whatever they want from you, even though you're not together in a relationship anymore, then this is unlikely to arouse any feelings of longing and desire, which of course is your goal, right? And this is really about reclaiming some of that power by instilling the right sort of feelings and hopefully a little fear or a sense of urgency in your ex. It'll help them to realize that if they don't act fast, then you won't be around forever. Now, since you're not in contact with your ex, you might be wondering, how are they even going to find out about this stuff? Well, quite frankly, it doesn't really matter when or how they find out. They usually will eventually. A few well-placed posts on social media can't hurt, and you can drop hints and references to what you're doing, with mutual friends. So in hopes, that they'll gossip those and share that news to your ex as well. Or you can just subtly hint at this stuff when you begin talking to your ex again to sort of, create some intrigue and curiosity. In most cases, you can safely assume that the word will get to your ex, or they'll ask you outright when you do see them again. Now, another benefit of dating after a breakup, even if you don't feel like it at all, is that sometimes it can show you that there really are other fish in the sea, and it can give your self-confidence a huge boost. Number 6, I think you'll like this one, it's treat yourself. Now, while this is a time for self-reflection and self-improvement like we've already talked about, it's also a time to treat yourself and to bring some positivity to your life. So, go ahead and buy those new kicks that you've been eyeing, splurge on that bike or that guitar that you've wanted forever. These kinds of things are going to motivate you to get out there and to be more active. And they're also going to give you something new to talk about with your ex, something interesting and different to talk about with them. Another thing I think is important to treat yourself to is time with your friends. Now, we already highlighted the importance of the socializing earlier in this video, but you can use the 30 days of no contact as an opportunity to reconnect with friends that you might have lost touch with and just sort of want to talk to again. Basically, just get those friendships back going again. Now, one thing that I don't recommend treating yourself to, however, is an entire bottle of tequila. Now, in fact, any kind of alcohol consumption during this period is a recipe for potential disaster for a lot of people, including a lot of my clients who signed up, after they made a drunken mistake that destroyed their chances of getting their ex back. So definitely, do think carefully before you turn to booze during the no contact phase. Number 7, get ahead in life. See, when you've recently broken up, you typically have a lot more free time on your hands. So the 6 things that I've already talked about in this video, they're also going to occupy some of that time. But you can also, channel your time and energy into success in your career, your studies at school, or even your own, mental state and self-confidence. Something as simple as, having some friends over to share a pizza and help you paint the living room. That's the kind of positive forward progress that's going to help you personally in many ways, including with getting your ex back. Generally, just be productive during the 30 days of no contact, get ahead at work or school, achieve goals, and just strive for overall personal growth. And if your ex is keeping an eye on you, which, like I said, they almost certainly are, then the realization that you're doing better since the breakup, which is not what they're expecting, and that you're making the most of your time apart, that's really going to help spark their curiosity about what else you've been up to and who you've been spending your time with. It's going to plant the seeds of doubt in their mind, and it's going to force them to ask themselves, was I stupid to let someone like this walk out of my life? And of course, like I've said, you'll also have new and interesting things to talk about with your ex in these future conversations, and you'll be able to prove that things are different now and will be different if you were to get back together. A lot of the stuff that I've talked about in this video, it happens subconsciously and sort of slowly over time. And I know it often sounds, kind of flaky and abstract when you first hear it. And perhaps that's why it's a hugely overlooked part of effectively using the 30-day no contact strategy. But it is critical, so please don't ignore this advice or think of it as optional. I know this from over a decade of working with clients in situations just like yours. Speaking of which, if you do need my personal help to overcome a challenging or unique scenario you're facing during no contact, or honestly, if you even just need some motivation and an experienced breakup coach to tell you that you're on the right track, just visit breakupbrad.com/coaching right now to learn more about my personal coaching program and how you can get started working with me today. And that does it for this one. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe, please like, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye for now.